Feels like it's gonna crash. Okay. Hopefully, sound is good. Screen is good. Okay. We have more codexes to read. The beacon was a Prothean artifact unearthed on the Alliance colony of Eden Prime. Its resemblance to the Prothean databanks recovered on Mars provoked immediate interest from the Alliance and the Citadel Council. It proved to be a solid-state data storage device, part of a galaxy-spanning comm network similar to the modern extranet. Intact Prothean paleotechnology is rare. The beacon seemed to promise another quantum leap of technology, akin to the discovery of the Mass Effect drive and relays. Unfortunately, the beacon also drew the attention of the rogue Spectre Sarian Arterius and his synthetic allies, the Geth. A dawn raid by his flagship Sovereign resulted in hundreds of civilian casualties. The beacon was badly damaged. The motives behind the attack are still being investigated. During the recovery operation, the beacon fired a pulse of energy at the executive officer of the Alliance frigate Normandy. Lieutenant Commander Shepard survived and appears to have suffered no ill effects. Afterwards, the beacon fell inert. The mechanism appears to be dead. The Prothean beacon downloaded its knowledge into Lieutenant Commander Shepard on Eden Prime, causing confusing dreams and visions. While the imagery is becoming clearer with time, the meaning of the beacon communication remains elusive. It has been suggested that Prothean data recording is highly dependent on a certain point of view. Well, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. What Carl Jung described as the collective unconscious, the cipher needed to comprehend the images implanted in Shepard's mind, is the cultural knowledge of a Prothean, the archetypes, biological instincts, and common experiences universal to the race. Since the Protheans have been dead for millennia, it may be impossible to acquire this cipher. Armatures are quadruped all-terrain heavy weapons platforms, akin to the armored fighting vehicles of other races, Geth being synthetic intelligences. Armatures are not crewed vehicles, but intelligent entities, capable of independent decision-making and learning. Armatures are equipped with heavy kinetic barriers. Their main cannon, mounted on the articulated head turret, appears to be a highly efficient conventional mass accelerator. It is capable of firing in anti-personnel and anti-tank modes. Some armatures carry drones into battle, presumably for reconnaissance purposes. Others host a swarm of insect-sized repair microbots. The Geth models, collectively dubbed Hoppers by Alliance forces, are electronic warfare platforms. They can project electromagnetic radiation across a broad spectrum as an offensive weapon. They can also perform cyber warfare attacks against the onboard computers of body armor, hardsuits, and weapons, adversely affecting their performance. The structure of Hoppers consists of an advanced and highly elastic artificial muscle material. This allows a Hopper to compress its entire body for powerful leaps. Hoppers also have thousands of molecule-scale barbs on the surfaces of their hands and feet, which are used to cling to walls and ceilings. Hoppers are very difficult targets, leaping from one surface to another in rapid succession. Quarians have no record of any Geth models similar to Hoppers. This new morphotype must have been developed over the last 300 years by the Geth themselves. This is troubling proof that the Geth are continuing to move towards technological singularity. Experts in synthetic life are intrigued that Hoppers appear to be even more organic than the baseline Geth. The identified subtypes of Hopper have been codenamed Sapper, Stalker, and Ghost. Oh shit, there's gonna be more. The Genophage bioweapon was created to end the Krogan rebellions. From the start, the Krogan had overwhelmed the Council. Only timely first contact with the Turians saved the Council races. The Turians fought the Krogan to a standstill, but sheer weight of Krogan numbers indicated the war could not be won through conventional means. The Turians collaborated with the Solarians to genetically engineer a counter to the rapid breeding of the Krogan. The Genophage virus gained the energy to replicate by eating key genetic sequences. Every cell in every Krogan had to be altered for the weapon to be foolproof. Otherwise, the Krogan could have used gene therapy to fix the affected tissues. Once a Genophage strain could find no more genes to eat, it would starve and die, limiting spin-off mutation and contamination. This created genetic flaw is hereditary. The Solarians believed the Genophage would be used as a deterrent, a position the Turians viewed as naive. Once the project was complete, the Turians mass-produced and deployed it. The Krogan homeworld, their colonies, and all occupied worlds were infected. The resulting mutation made only 1 in 1,000 Krogan pregnancies carry to term. It did not reduce fertility, but offspring viability. The rare females able to carry children to term became prizes the Krogan warlords fought brutal battles over. The Krogan are a shadow of their former glory. Oh, I have water. The Krogan are a shadow of their former glory. While their rebellions took place centuries ago, they are constantly reminded of the horror of the genophage and of their inability to counter it. The release of the genophage is still controversial, bitterly debated in many circles. It's why I still love modern BioWare games. Even though the general storylines aren't as good as old BioWare, I fucking love the codexes. This shit is my thing. It's like crack to me. It's crack cocaine for me. The migrant fleet has little economic base, operating in a state of perpetual hand-to-mouth. While Quarian ships include light manufacturing and assembly plants, they lack heavy industries such as refining and shipbuilding. The fleet has tankers for water purification and oxygen cracking, but the space-intensive nature of agriculture... You playing Minecraft? Meta. How'd your date go? How'd it go? The fleet, but the space-intensive nature of agriculture limits food production. A single disaster could destroy the fragile balance. The Quarians earn income in creative ways because the government is obliged to provide food, water, air, and medical support for every individual. The Conclave strategically determines the course of the fleet to bring in resources and income. A species who suspects the migrant fleet is heading towards their space often offers a gift of surplus starships, fuel, and resources to convince the Conclave to alter course. As the fleet passes through a system, swarms of mining vessels work over asteroids for metals and materials and cometary bodies for water, ice, and organics. Quarian miners are adept at locating and strip mining spaceborne resources. This sparks conflict with corporations already working the system. Large mining concerns spend millions on lobbyists and public relations portraying the Quarians as locusts, devouring the resources of a system before moving on. The greatest asset of the Quarians is their rarefied skills. Most are experienced miners. Due to their life of perpetual salvage and repair, they are skilled engineers and technicians. More than once, the very corporations that lobby against the Quarians have made backroom deals with the fleet, arranging for skilled Quarians to fill space engineering jobs that other species would demand higher wages for. Oh, yay, capitalism. Quarians are widely hated among the working classes. Oh. The Quarians are coming to take our Oh no. Due to the Quarians' precarious existence and the need to enforce strict rationing, the government is somewhat autocratic. The migrant fleet's operations are directed by the Admiralty, a board of 5 military officers who are advised by a legislative body called the Conclave. Each vessel in the fleet has the right to send representatives to the Conclave aboard the flagship. The number of representatives is based on crew size, larger clans with bigger ships, and more votes from the cores of political blocs. Opposition comes from the Outriders Coalition, with delegates from thousands of smaller ships. The Admiralty defers to the Conclave. So much talking, even basic words are hard now. Decisions in most circumstances. However, if all 5 members agree that a Conclave decision jeopardizes the survival of the fleet and cannot get the Conclave to address their concerns, they have the right to summarily overturn the legislative decision. After the Admiralty uses the extraordinary power, they must resign. If the Admiralty does not step down after using their veto, the rest of the military is obliged to arrest them. Each ship captain has authority over his vessel, but is advised by an elected civilian council, just as the Admiralty is advised by the Conclave. This relationship may range from cooperation to polite tolerance to outright hostility, but any captain who overrules his council without good reason is relieved of command by the Admiralty. Many Quarian ships are owned by clans who pool their resources to purchase used vessels from private sellers. Large ships are prestigious for big, rich clans, but a small ship means status for a small clan with enough personal wealth to afford a private vessel. Clan vessel captains are not subject to dismissal by the Admiralty. Abusive captains are a family problem if they do not disrupt the operations of the fleet. Oh. 11 minutes in and already needing water. Oh god. BioWare. Ooh. The migrant fleet is the largest concentration of starfaring vessels in the galaxy, sprawling across millions of kilometers. It can take days for the entire fleet to pass through a mass relay. When the Quarians fled their homeworld, the fleet was a motley aggregation of freighters, shuttles, industrial vessels, and the odd warship. After 3 centuries, all have been modified to support larger crews. Epistemes, thank you for the follow. All have been modified to support larger crews as comfortably as possible. As the Quarians achieved stability, they began weeding out the ships least suitable for long-term habitation, selling them and pooling the money to buy larger and more space-worthy hulls. This process is ongoing as vessels wear out and break down. I think their peak ended when after they released Star Wars The Old Republic. Because that game, chef's kiss. Initial release. Base game Star Wars The Old Republic. Chef's kiss. Ooh. Those 8 storylines. Oh. Beautiful. Fantastic. Oh. I will fucking praise Star Wars The Old Republic all goddamn day long. They made me a broke high school boy because that's where all my goddamn money went. I will not admit how much money I spent on that fucking game. It's at least $1,000. It hurts thinking about it. Oh, but that game was so fun. Goddamn. I'm doing good, Meta. How are you? And I'm assuming you didn't hear me earlier. How was the date? The park date? But it's free to play. And it's on Steam now. But of course, it probably ends up launching fucking Origin in the background still. I'd recommend it. Because it's free to play. They usually have... I don't know if the events for experience boosting is only subs or if they've expanded it to free to play. So, you know, but I don't know what it's like to play it free to play. But the fucking initial storylines for the 8 main classes, it's fucking amazing. It's excellent writing. Fun though, 60% good, 40. Oh man. Hey, mainly good though. Think positive. There's always gonna be so much awkwardness on those first dates. Hard for me to make so I kind of treated, and it's also how Star Wars The Old Republic kind of felt, especially with the first, like, before DLC came out. The game honestly initially felt like it was just made to be single player. It really does. It feels like a single player game when you do the level 1 through 50. It feels like a single player game unless you do PvP and like Flashpoint group missions. But those aren't necessary for the wider story. I mean, they're kind of important for for like stories that come in the DLCs, because, you know, they're alluded to in those quests, but they're not necessary for your class's main story. I've made a couple friends from them that I still talk to, but yeah, most of them I kind of was friends with on the game, and then once I stopped playing, I kind of lost contact with them. But and like everyone that I met when I used to play RuneScape when I was a kid, I'm not in contact with any of them anymore. I was only in contact with them on RuneScape. Once I stopped playing RuneScape, I lost all contact with them. This process is ongoing as vessels wear out and break down. But I would say avoid the PvP community on Star Wars The Old Republic. If you do play it, it's kind of toxic. But most PvP communities are. But like that one was really toxic. While some ships enjoy dedicated cabins with full privacy and sanitary facilities, many more are former freighters whose cargo bays and containers are pressurized and divided into family spaces using simple metal cubicle bulkheads. The Quarians live in these austere spaces with colorful quilts and tapestries, which also help muffle sound. The day-to-day operations of the fleet, traffic control, station keeping, supply distribution, and so on are under military jurisdiction. Those ship captains have the authority to deviate from their assigned positions and may leave the fleet at any time. They are assumed to do so at their own risk. As the migrant fleet moves around the galaxy, many ships split off to pursue individual goals, returning days or years later. I also really liked Dragon Age Inquisition, though, but I would still say that was like a bit past BioWare's prime. BioWare's peak. I think I'd say BioWare's peak was Star Wars: The Old Republic's release, and then after that it went downhill. And then slightly uphill with Inquisition, and then back downhill. Because then, insider reports started coming out about toxic workplace environment. I know they need to get back to releasing them more frequently. I've never played BioShock, and I have not played Knights of the Old Republic. Knights of the Republic is just like how Mass Effect is. I was too young to get into it, and now that I'm older and willing to play those types of games, the gameplay for Knights of the Old Republic as it is now, I cannot get into it. I do not like the way that game plays. I think they could get back to their old days. I think, honestly, there needs to be some overhaul, and there needs to be some sort of change. Because I remember when they were making, I think it was Anthem, and whatever studio was doing it or something, they didn't go to BioWare, I think it was Austin, which is the studio that made Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like, they didn't take advice from them, because despite Austin having whichever studio made Star Wars: The Old Republic, despite them having the years of experience working on Star Wars: The Old Republic when Anthem released. And Anthem's supposed to be that type of game, somewhat. A Destiny-like game, where it's gear and you go on missions, and to get more gear, it's a looter shooter. Or it was supposed to be a looter shooter, because that game's dead. And from what I remember, they did not listen to any advice that was probably given to them, or they just outright refused to go to Austin, because I remember when the whole Anthem shit was breaking down, there was reports that the people at OG BioWare, the OG BioWare studio, have a superiority complex, and they looked down on Austin and didn't want other advice or help or something. This was like 2 years ago now, whenever Anthem released, whenever all that shit and leaks started coming out. So what I'm remembering is at least a year old information from YouTube videos from gaming YouTubers that talked about the situation, because I was too lazy to read the articles myself. I think, honestly, the way BioWare is now, I wouldn't say they need to do away with developers or anything. None of the base workers, that make the games themselves, they need to completely just overhaul their leadership. They need to personally, I would do a complete just wipe away the leadership, fire them all, hire back maybe a couple of them if they prove themselves in a re-interview process, and if the developers on the team can come out and be public about an approval of a former leader, then maybe that leader can come back to the studio. That's how I look at it. And yeah, that's how I look at leadership. I think sometimes you honestly just gotta wipe away the leadership, start out fresh, build it back up, because leadership's most important. You can take maybe you have an unskilled team of developers. You can train those developers and they will get better as they work on the game. Having good leaders, that's harder to do. It's And another thing they need to do is they need to have clear visions. Anthem suffered from not having a single vision. I remember hearing that they had a plan, and then they scrapped that plan like a year before the game was supposed to release, and they pretty much started out completely from ground zero to build up the Anthem that was there on release. Like, that's how bad it was. And so there's a bunch of like issues that they need. So honestly, it could also be a part of the writing team. Like, the writing team might need to be overhauled if they can't come to a decision, or they need to figure out their creative directors or whatever. Like, they need to. I don't think EA is necessarily actually a bad thing. From what I understand, EA is fairly, especially with Anthem, EA was completely like hands off with Anthem. They're like, here's the money, and all they did was like, all right, you have 6 years. They gave Anthem 6 years to develop, from what I remember, and they're like, hey, deliver this game by this time. Here's the money, work on the game. And they didn't do shit with the 6 years that they had. They restarted at least once. And so honestly, I think the issue is in BioWare and not EA. EA does ask for certain things to be a part of the game, because they need to make money, and I can understand from a business aspect to incorporate multiplayer into single player games. You kind of want to attract multiple people to your franchise so that it can be more profitable, because games have gotten a bit more expensive to make. Except I think using that as justification to charge higher prices is ridiculous, because $60 is already more than enough, because games are still being developed for cheaper than blockbuster movies, and blockbuster movies charge, like where I go, $7 a ticket, and they get a portion taken out to pay, various groups of people. So it's like, you doing fine making tens of millions of sales at $60, or maybe even a few million sales at $60 is enough to recoup your cost of development. I think maybe sometimes they might blow up their fucking marketing costs too high, or they're just being completely unproductive in their fucking production, in their development of the game. Maybe that's what's going on, that balloons costs. But yeah, I think games should not be more than 60 fucking bucks. Leadership does take a long time to develop, but I think sometimes, like, especially with, I'm trying to think of a game that really had an outstanding leadership team. Death Stranding with Kojima. That game got developed ahead of time. They finished production on that game ahead of schedule, because Kojima has a vision in mind, and you can disagree with his vision, but he has a vision, he has a goal, he sticks to that, and he gets it done. And obviously, people, at least the internet, loves Kojima. I don't know how his developers feel about him, but seeing as I haven't seen mass reports or even really many leaks saying Kojima has toxic leadership on his teams, it sounds like he has a vision, he has a goal, he gets that done, and he has good leadership. And look at that, you get a game developed ahead of schedule, and it releases. Now, Death Stranding may have received mixed reviews. I personally liked it. It's a bit weird in my tastes, like his storytelling. I think it's not my style, but I actually I found the gameplay to be relaxing. That's what I thought of it. Exactly. I love how I'm sitting here looking at the codex menu and talking about game development. Fuck, I'm turning into clay with how distracted I get. Shit. But yeah, like, it's primarily leadership. Leadership can makes or breaks a game. I will never ever really blame developers for game issues, because it's never their fault. It's always leadership that's the problem. Because they're the ones that decide what gets done and when, how much time to allot to a certain project and whatnot. And then higher up leadership, of course, determines how much of the money in the budget gets put to certain aspects of the game. So yeah, it's just like, I personally really do not understand the issues in AAA studios like BioWare. Recently Bethesda, I think, has gotten up there. CD Projekt Red also has started having issues. Now, I think CDPR's issues may more stem from cultural work issues, because CDPR's culture is very much get the work fucking done. They're very strict on that, and I think Japan is fairly similar too, so maybe that's why Kojima and CDPR are typically, excusing Cyberpunk, are typically really good on their releases. Like, if we exclude Cyberpunk, CDPR has a good track record. But there have been always reports of kind of toxic leadership at CDPR, so I think they're starting to have some issues. But yeah, I think it's always leadership. How you fix leadership? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just, you've got to be on the lookout for the right people. I think you can also get a vibe from the developers, if leadership is good or not. If you're a higher up, an executive in those companies. And then also you can I don't know, I had a leadership scholarship to my college, so I had to study. I had to take leadership classes. So it's just, maybe they just have to fucking go to leadership school. Who the fuck knows? Maybe then they'll learn something. It's just ridiculous to me that people in those positions aren't already skilled at leadership and they still put in toxic workplace environments. Like, I just don't get it. Cause and I don't see the monetary incentive for you as a leader, because you'd probably get paid more by like EA or something if you've finished a game on time and you didn't have a high rate of turnover on your developers. I feel like that would make EA want to keep you around and pay you more, because you're turning in games on time, maybe even ahead of schedule. They're getting good reviews because you're keeping to a plan and you're seeing it done. And then, yeah, it's just, I don't fucking know. Anyways, back to a lot of reading. Okay. Humanity has encountered many galactic species. Wars have been few, but mistrust is rife. Politically, the Alliance is a peaceful trade partner of the Turians. As a practical matter, however, there is simmering antagonism and bigotry between both populations over the First Contact War of 2157. The Alliance enjoys good relations with the Asari, though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic and overcautious. Though humans know better than to unconditionally trust any Solarian, their shared restless, reckless ways make them natural allies against the conservative Turians and Asari. The Krogan have no unified government, but individuals are generally treated as potential criminals, a reputation most Krogan enjoy living down to. The Alliance has no formal contact with the Quarians. Their migrant fleet has not yet passed through any human-settled system. The Batarians are rivals for control of the Skyllian Verge. They severed their treaties with the Citadel to prosecute a colonial conflict against the Alliance. Officially, there is no war, but neither is there any peace. Oh, also, I am excited. I am cautiously optimistic I know, right? Well, it's because it's BioWare. I am cautiously optimistic for the next Dragon Age game. I swear to fucking God, if I do not get to play my Inquisitor, though, in that game, dealing with the bad guy of the next Dragon Age game, I'm going to be pissed. Because you do not build up that character and the conflict that is going to be central to the next game, and then not let me play the character that has the connection to the bad guy. That would be piss poor storytelling. That would be absolutely piss poor storytelling if I cannot be my Inquisitor. Because my Inquisitor had not a romantic relationship, but was good friends with the villain of the next game. So I will be pissed if I do not get to play my goddamn Inquisitor. I don't care if he has... I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it for people that haven't played it. A thing happened in the last DLC of that game. And also, because of the last thing that happened in that DLC, that would be good, like, that's a good character development moment. That's something for the main character to overcome in the next game. All right, now my writer, fiction writing head is fucking coming into play here. Oh my God. Storytelling is so much fun, but it's also very infuriating because you got to do things. There's certain expectations, and there's like ways to flip tropes and stuff. You know, there's ways to do things, but there's also like ways to pay off satisfaction. And for me, the way to pay off my expectations and to satisfy me as a player is that I need to play my Inquisitor for the next game. I have to. I just have to. I put so much time in his decisions. God, I have so many goddamn things to rant about. I have so, like the book series I'm reading. It's called The Traitor Sun Cycle by Miles Cameron. The first book is a goddamn 10 out of 10. I fucking loved it. But as the series has developed, I've been having a little bit of issues with some of the decisions that the author has made. They're my personal issues, and I think some of the choices don't necessarily make too much sense. But I like his writing style, so I'm going along with it. And also, I'm too stubborn to just give up on in the middle of the series. I have to finish the whole series. Fuck! We're only 35 minutes into stream, man. This is how it is. Whoo! Oh boy. All right. What else do I want to rant about, huh? Anyone? Throw out some ideas. Let's go. As the human race expands its territory and raises the general standard of living, demand for industrial resources continues to grow. Many planets, moons, and asteroids contain a wealth of resources, but many systems have barely been charted, let alone thoroughly surveyed. Excuse me. Unmanned probes are one solution, but they are often lost to space hazards, unforeseen circumstances, or theft by salvagers. In recent ages, the Alliance Geological Service has offered bounties to provide I can't talk anymore, to private individuals or teams willing to perform mineral surveys on the frontier. This survey data is made publicly available to further corporate development. Due to the cost of travel and the dangers of operating on hostile worlds, it is rarely a profitable endeavor. Man, how long into the stream before I actually get back to doing quests and missions? Light metals with low atomic weight are often used in the construction of spacecraft and vehicles. Heavy metals with higher atomic weights, are used to construct equipment components. The platinum group elements are particularly useful. Rare earths. Most useful materials in this category are radioactives or magnets. Gases. Various gases are required to support all known forms of sapient life. Some are commonly used as fuel. Huh. The Alliance uses a modified version of the ranking system that has been used for hundreds of years. Soldiers are classified into rank and file enlisted personnel, experienced non-commissioned officers, NCOs, and specially trained officers. The divide between naval personnel and ground forces, Marines, is small. Ground units are a specialized branch of the fleet, just as fighter squadrons are. This unity of command is imposed by the futility of fighting without control of orbit. Without the Navy, any army is pointless. The Marines, as a matter of pride, maintain some of their traditional rank titles. For example, Marines have privates and corporals instead of servicemen. In ascending order of responsibility, the ranks of the Alliance are all of that. Oh, goddammit, there's more words! Gagarin Station is the largest deep space station built by humanity. A Bernal sphere design with a 500-meter diameter habitable area. It was constructed beyond Pluto, nearly 80 astronomical units, 12 billion kilometers from Sol. Moving crew and material to this location bankrupted most of the backers. Gagarin was placed at the inner edge of the heliopause, the point at which the solar wind can no longer push back the interstellar medium. I totally know what that means. It was built to test a number of faster-than-light drive principles that theoretically could only occur in interstellar space. The station was nicknamed Jump Zero, as it was intended to be the jumping-off point for the humanity's expansion into the galaxy. Shortly after the station was completed, the Prothean ruins were discovered on Mars, rendering the entire effort moot. Oh, After struggling to make a profit for a decade, Gagarin was sold to the Systems Alliance in 2159 for a fraction of its construction costs. The Alliance refurbished it as a research and training center for the recently discovered biotic phenomenon. I know how to speak. In 2169, nice, the Biotic Acclimation and Training Program was shut down and Gagarin became a general research facility. Its remote location and intentional isolation from the extranet makes it popular for dangerous research, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Humanity's first stable AI, the Alliance-sponsored ELIZA, achieved sapience at Gagarin in 2172. Today, Gagarin Station has a permanent population of approximately 9,000. A plan has been proposed to move it to the gravitationally stable Berry Center, point between Pluto and the Charon Relay, allowing it to serve as a gateway facility between the Sol and Arcturus systems. The high cost of safely moving its mass has delayed this indefinitely. Oh my god, there's so many words. No. I'm gonna lose my voice one of these days, and my hair just does not stay up the way I want it to stay. I'm getting frustrated. New space travelers ask, what does it look like outside a ship moving at faster than light speed? Part of the answer can be seen in a simple pane of glass. Light travels slower through glass than it does through open air. Light also moves slower in conventional space than it does in a high-speed mass effect field. Sure, this causes refraction. Any light entering at an angle is bent and separated into a spectrum. Objects outside the ship will appear refracted. The greater the difference between the objective exterior and subjective interior speeds of light, the greater the refraction. It just keeps going. And I'm loving it, but I'm also hating it for my voice. As the subjective speed of light is raised within the field, so objects outside will appear to redshift, eventually becoming visible only to radio telescope antennae. High-energy electromagnetic sources normally hidden to the eye become visible in the high blue spectrum. As the speed of light continues to be raised, X-ray, gamma ray, and eventually cosmic ray sources become visible. Stars will be replaced by pulsars, the accretion disks of black holes, quasars, and gamma. Fuck you, I'm already famous, bitch. Where did I leave off? Gamma ray bursts. To an outside observer, a ship within a Mass Effect drive envelope appears blue shifted. If within a field that allows travel at twice the speed of light, any radiation it emits has twice the energy as normal. If the ship is in a field of about 200 times light speed, it radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays, and the infrared heat from the hull is blue shifted up into the visible spectrum or higher. Ships moving at FTL are visible at great distances, though their signature will only propagate at the speed of light. Whatever the hell that means. I have a bottle of like iced water right beside me. Now I'm gonna fill up my fucking empty glass to have some nice cold water. Okay. Okay, there we go. I feel a bit better now that I have water. Cold water. Okay. As positive or negative electric current is passed through an FTL drive core, it acquires a static electrical charge. I just want you to know, I barely passed physics in high school. Drives can be operated an average of 50 hours before they reach charge saturation. This change is proportional to the magnitude of mass reduction. A heavier or faster ship reaches saturation more quickly. Oh, I also dropped out of pre-calculus when I was in high school too. So, I'm good at science. Just 3,000 more entries to go. Oh, don't remind me. If the charge is allowed to build, the core will discharge in the hull of a ship. All ungrounded crew members are fried to a crisp. All electronic systems are burned out, and metal bulkheads may be melted and fused together. Rants with Ryan is Pog. Ryan's voice is already tired. The safest way to discharge a core is to land on a planet and establish a connection to the ground, like a lightning rod. Larger vessels like dreadnoughts cannot land and must discharge into a planetary magnetic field. The ship passes the charge from the drive core to the exterior armored hull, then dives into the magnetic field. As the hull discharges, sheets of lightning jump away into the field, creating beautiful auroral displays on the planet. The ship must retract its sensors and weapons while dumping charge to prevent damage, leaving it blind and helpless. Discharging at a moon with a weak magnetic field can take days. Discharging into the powerful field of a gas giant may require less than an hour. Deep space facilities such as the Citadel often have special discharge facilities for visiting ships. Heat limits the length and intensity of ship-to-ship combat. Starships generate enormous heat when they fire high-energy weapons, perform maneuvering burns, and run on-board combat electronics. In combat, warships produce heat more quickly than they can disperse it. As heat builds within a vessel, the crewed spaces become increasingly uncomfortable. Before the heat reaches lethal levels, a ship must win or retreat by entering FTL. After an FTL run, the ship halts, shuts down non-essential systems, and activates the heat radiation gear. Combat endurance varies by ship design and by the battle's location. Battles in the deep cold of interstellar space can go on for some time. Engagements close to a star are brief. Since habitable worlds are usually close to a star, battles over them are frantic. Whew. Cabins give each individual 10 cubic meters of space. On larger vessels, private rooms are common. As ships get smaller, the number of crew packed into a single wardroom increases. Asari prefers shared spaces even on large vessels, while Krogan territorial instincts make it impossible for them to cohabitate even on the smallest ships. On smaller vessels, hot bunking is the norm. Crew members assigned to different watches share the same bunk. When one gets off duty, he wakes up the person in the bunk. While that crewman is on duty, the first gets his rack time. Whew. Spacecraft compartments can be isolated by airtight doors in case of decompression. The cinematic vision of explosive decompression is fiction. Hold compartments either take enough damage that occupants are killed instantly or leak slowly enough that they are able to reach protective gear. Oh god. And my nose itches. Compartments are equipped with emergency life support apparatus, fireproof plastic bubbles with air bottles, small when stowed, ELSA comfortably accommodate one individual inflated. Damage control procedure cuts off ventilation to burning compartments. Without oxygen to consume, fires die in seconds. The compartment is repressurized afterwards for crew recovery. Mass effect fields create an artificial gravity, A-grav, plane below the decks, preventing muscle atrophy and bone loss in 0G. Large vessels arrange their decks perpendicular to their thrust axis. The highest decks are at the bow and the lowest at the engines. This allows A-grav to work with the inertial effects of thrust. Ships that can land arrange their decks laterally so the crew can move about while the vessel is on the ground. Warships normally turn off their A-grav systems during combat, reducing the heat generated by systems and increasing combat endurance. To provide a point of reference for navigating 0G, floors are painted a different color from the walls and ceilings. Oh, there's just one more. Oh, it's just one more category. Hold on, let me scratch my nose with a tissue. Maybe that'll fix it. It didn't help. It's like on the edge of my nose, of my nostril. There we go. Training. You know what I never did? I never took... Ignore me taking a pill. This is allergy medicine, and I forgot to take it this morning. I'm not taking drugs, Twitch. Biotic implants and amplifiers only provide the potential to create coherent mass effect fields. Whether biotics can actually do so is largely determined by their training. Biotics must develop conscious control over their nervous systems, sending specific electrical impulses to the element 0 nodules embedded in their nerves. They are taught to use their implants and amps with biofeedback devices and physical mnemonics. Specific gestures or muscle movements fire the proper sequence of nerves to activate a certain skill. Conatix Industries pioneered biotic training with a biotic acclimation and temperance training program. Although did not achieve the desired results, many techniques taught are still used today. Many human think tanks are trying to develop some form of biotic super soldier. Most are benign efforts to create more flexible troops. Others, less publicly known, are unapologetic attempts to create Nietzschean supermen. Oh god, Nietzsche. Oh, we're done. We did it. No, wait, it says there's another thing? Where? No! No! There's 2 more! Oh, and they're long. Oh, this is long. Fuck. Dispersal of heat generated by onboard systems is a critical issue for a ship. If it cannot deal with heat, the crew may be cooked within the hull. Oh, that's pleasant. Radiation is the only way to shed heat in a vacuum. Civilian vessels utilize large, fragile radiator panels that are impossible to armor. Warships use diffuse radiator arrays, ceramic strips along the exterior of the armored hull. These make the ship appear striped to thermographic sensors. Since the arrangement of the strips depends on the internal configuration of the ship, the patterns for each vessel are unique and striking. On older ships, the DRA strips could become red or white hot, dubbed tiger stripes or war paint by humans. The glowing DRA had a psychological impact on pirates and irregular forces. Strip radiators are not as efficient as panels, but if damaged by enemy fire, the ship only loses a small portion of its total radiation capacity. In most cases, a vessel's draw alone allows it to cruise with no difficulties. Operations deep within a solar system can cause problems. A ship engaged in combat can produce titanic amounts of heat from maneuvering burns and weapons fire. When fighting in a high heat environment, warships employ high efficiency droplet heat sinks. In a droplet system, tanks of liquid sodium or lithium absorb heat within the ship. The liquid is vented from spray nozzles near the bow as a thin sheet of millions of micrometer scale droplets. The droplets are caught at the stern and recycled into the system. A droplet system can sink 10 to 100 times as much heat as draw strips. Droplet sheets resemble a surface ship's wake through the water. The wake peels out in sharp turns, spreading a fan of droplets as the ship changes vectors and leaves the coolant behind. Last one. Last one. God damn it. I'm in pain. A ship's General Area Defense Integration Anti-Spacecraft Network, Guardian, consists of anti-missile, anti-fighter laser turrets on the exterior hull. Because these are under computer control, the gunnery control officer needs to do little beyond turn the system on and designate targets as hostile. Since lasers move at light speed, they cannot be dodged by anything moving at non-relativistic speeds. Unless the beam is aimed poorly, it will always hit its target. In the early stages of a battle, the Guardian fire is 100% accurate. It is not 100% lethal, but it doesn't have to be. Damaged fighters must break off for repairs. Lasers are limited by diffraction. The beam spreads out, decreasing the energy density, watts per meter squared, the weapon can place on a target. Any high-powered laser is a short-ranged weapon. Guardian networks have another limitation: heat. Weapons-grade lasers require cooldown time, during which heat is transferred to sinks or radiators. As lasers fire, heat builds within them, reducing damage, range, and accuracy. God, why does my nose itch so much right now? Fighters attack in swarms. The first few will be hit by Guardian, but as battle continues, the effects of laser overheat allow the attackers to press ever closer to the ship. Constant use will burn out a laser. Guardian lasers typically operate in infrared frequencies. Shorter frequencies would offer superior stopping power and range, but degradation of focal arrays and mirrors would make them expensive to maintain. And most prefer mechanical reliability over bleeding edge performance where lives are concerned. Solarians, however, use near ultraviolet frequency lasers with 6 times the range, believing that having additional time to shoot down incoming missiles is more important. Lasers are not blocked by the kinetic barriers of capital ships. However, the range of lasers limits their use to rare knife fight range ship-to-ship combat. Did we do it? Is it done? It's done. Oh, we can finally go back to doing missions. Holy fuck. 52 minutes. Ha. I am a productive streamer. Did I go to you? Have I explored every planet? I think I've explored every planet in... I did it. Yeah, I explored every planet here. I've gone to all of those. Let's go to Utopia first. Whoosh! Anything to explore here? Huh? Deep breaths. Recover my voice a little bit. Loki? Tyr? Terra Nova? Bor? Alright, so let's go to asteroid X57. Okay, what team do we want? Let's go... I think that's good. Are there rockets on that goddamn...
Sensors reveal 3 fusion torches propelling asteroid X57. At its current rate of acceleration, the asteroid will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours.
That's not good.
Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
Hello. I heard your transmission. Can you hear me? You haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Shut down the fusion torches. I'm going to die. God, I hope you're hearing this.
There's a thing behind me. I must explore the thing. G. Mendel. The victim was badly beaten before being killed with a pistol. Shot to the back of the head at close range. It's likely he surrendered. Only be executed by sadistic captors. Still here playing Minecraft. That's okay. Minecraft is a great time. The central transmission tower is on the fritz again. No one ever listens to my warnings about single points of failure. I'm surprised our surface comms work half as well as they do. When Slaj just shows up to relieve me, I'll go see if I can get the old girl back up and running. Anything else around here? Doesn't. Maybe there's something back behind. Nope. Right, nothing. Okay. Oh, there is a kit. All right. Fusion torch. Fusion torch. You know, I'm glad that I didn't get into Mass Effect when I was younger, though, because I sucked at games as a kid, especially these kinds of games. I don't know why I sucked. I was just bad at games. But now I'm pretty decent at games, so, you know, I can enjoy games more. Oh, am I gonna...
In the right direction. I don't know who you are, but I'm... Damn it. Go.
Ow! Is that all of them? Yeah. Oh, and there's something here. What's this? Is this something? No? Hey, you! How do I get up there? There's gotta be a goddamn way up there, and I will figure it out. I just press a lot of random buttons. That's how I fucking play my games. I love pressing random shit. I have a friend that we're trying to get into gaming. He's never been one. He played like Nintendo games as a kid. That's what he always liked. But he didn't play the games that me and my buddies played. So we're trying to get him into our kinds of games so we can, you know, hang out with him more. Because he's also not that social. But he's been a friend of ours since we were kids, so we want to, you know, get him back to hanging out with us. And we're recently getting him into Minecraft. And he just does not play like I do. He doesn't want to die, so he doesn't play like I do, where I'm fine with fucking screwing up. But he doesn't want to screw up. Data link between the transmission tower and several survey stations has been stored. Survey station locations are now shown on your map. Oh my god, there's a lot to do here. Okay. Alright, so we already went to Station 3. That's where we were first. There could be bad guys in here. But like when I first played Skyrim, holy fuck. Oh, I was so... And that was when I finally was able to get Skyrim like 2 years after release, so that was like 8th grade for me. I was so bad. And then I didn't play Skyrim for like a couple years until like my second year of high school. No. When I got my... I think it was second year of high school, I started playing Skyrim again, and I was actually good at it. I knew how to play. Uh-oh. Those are bad guys. And they got monsters.
Batarians.
No, don't attack.
Powering up.
Oh, they're dead. Take cover, take cover. Oh, what's up, Slothman? It's going good. I had a rant earlier. Peek your goddamn heads out, you filthy Batarians, whatever you call yourselves.
Powering up.
Boom, headshot. Boom, dead. Where you at, boy? Fry your shields. And get roasted. Oh, I had like a 30-minute long rant. You can check the VOD for that. We talked about BioWare stinky poopy leadership. Do I need... No, none of them need health. We cleared that pretty well. Work was good. That is fantastic. Oh, I can't push the wheel. Hold on, you guys don't... One of you don't have your helmet on. Ashley, put your helmet on. Oh, yeah, we gotta deal out points. Fuck it. Let's get your throw up. And Ashley... Let's... Assault training. Okay, and then... Assault rifles, because you use... Yeah. Boom. Use assault. You use your... Caden. No. Caden, use your that. I think because I upgraded your fucking gun. Your rifle. Average decryption. Ooh. Uh-oh. Shit. What's good? Oh, no! Fuck! Fuck! Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go.
I'm reading that the torch is offline. Was that
What?
you?
Why are you whispering?
I hear you. What's going on? Who are you?
My name's Kate Bowman. I'm an engineer. I was part of the team assigned to bring this asteroid to Terra Nova.
We were attacked yesterday by Batarian extremists. I've been hiding since they arrived. I think they know the torch went out.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know, but if this asteroid isn't slowed, millions of people on Terra Nova are going to die.
If I find out anything, I'll...
I've gotta go. Good luck.
Caden, you're using your gun, right? You're Avenger? Good. Oh wait, no, yeah, you use your fucking shotgun. Cause you're a tank. Yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
Oh God. I didn't mean to. Are you hurt?
takes more than that one shot to bring me down.
Sorry. I didn't even realize you were human until... well, I guess I'm not much of a soldier.
I know you're scared, but I'm here to help. Commander Shepard, with the Alliance.
Simon Atwell. I'm the chief engineer on this rock. Listen, we don't have much time. The Batarians fired up the fusion torches. You've got to shut them down before we hit Terra Nova. There are 4 million people down there, Shepard. My family, they live in Aronis. My kids and grandkids. Nice communities, good schools.
Batarians everywhere, and I need to shut down all 3 torches. Anything else I should know?
One of the torches is surrounded by live blasting caps. We were set up to excavate when we arrived at Terra Nova. I rigged them with proximity detectors. That tank of yours will set them off, so you'll have to go in on foot. Even then, they'll explode if you get too close. Just go slow and easy. You should be fine.
You set them up. Can you disable them?
Not from here. No. There are manual controls by the entrance to the torch facility inside the blast zone. You can disarm the caps there. One last thing. I had a crew working off-site when the attack hit. I'm worried about them. These Batarians are ruthless. I saw them smash the faceplates of guys working vacuum. And those Varen, I don't think they always wait for a corpse before feeding.
Any idea where I can find them?
They were running checks on our perimeter equipment. Easiest thing would be to tap into the transmission tower out on the surface. The equipment stations will show up on your sensors.
I came across a member of your crew. He didn't make it.
I see. Well, maybe the other 2 are still out there. You never know. There were a bunch of engineers over at the main facility, but they're probably all dead. That or being held hostage by the Batarians.
A woman named Kate Bowman contacted me. The Batarians haven't found her yet.
Katie's alive. She's one of my best engineers. She signed on with her brother, Aaron, I think his name is. He's part of the security detail. I hope they're okay.
Give me a worst-case scenario. We can't stop the asteroid. Could the colony be evacuated?
Shepard, it took 30 years for the population to grow that large. I'm sure they're moving people to remote areas, but they'd never be able to get more than a few thousand off-world. We just don't have enough ships. No one does. Well, maybe the Quarians, but I don't see them suddenly showing up and offering us a ride.
Why were you moving this thing in the first place?
Well, the idea was to drag it into Terra Nova's orbit, mine it out, and in the end you'd have a basic structure for an orbital station. It's a lot cheaper than getting everything up into orbit from the planet's surface. The minerals we extract almost cover the costs.
What can you tell me about Kate?
Smart as a whip and bold as they come. I hope she keeps hidden. If they find her... Oh, Katie. Don't do anything stupid.
You'd better find a good place to hide. If the Batarians come back and find you...
Yeah. I think I'll make myself scarce. Good luck, Shepard.
Okay. Alright, so been there. Let's head. No, there's something over here. Gotta be up top. And you can make it.
Securing point.
This computer is filled with operation logs and personal journals for a small pirate music station operated by X-57's engineers. It includes scripts for several promotional messages, none of which appear to have been recorded. Radio X-57, rocking this rock since 2182. Radio X-57, when your world seems hollow, we help you touch the sky. Radio X-57, talk hard. Radio X-57, your last best hope for rock within 300,000 kilometers. Nice. Dance, guys, come on. I love that. Okay, so you know what? Let's go to Survey Station 1. Since it's what? Right down here? This looks like it was destroyed. Hello? Anyone home? Well, that's a dead body. This body has severe burns and shows signs of major concussive trauma. Mercifully, the explosion would have killed her instantly. Well, I guess that's something to look forward to.
Himes. They found me, damn Batarians. I can hear them out there prowling around, trying to find a way in. It sounds like they're attaching something to the door. If I don't make it, tell my family I love them.
Ooh. Ouch. Alright, let's go to the next fusion torch. $360! 240?
Hear me? Getting all kinds of interference. Damn. Sorry. There's a lot of feedback. See if I can fix it. Meantime, just keep doing...
Yeah, save the world and all that. Oh, that's the shit he was telling me about, I think. Sensors, right?
Ground penetrating radar detects anti-vehicle demolition.
Oh, that's close.
Heads up!
Get them all?
I think we got him, Commander.
Nice. Okay, that's blasting caps disarmed.
Engaging target.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Die, human!
Those shields. Pog. Oh, there's another one still alive. It's up there. Pick your damn head out, boy. Kick your ass. There's another two of them. See if I can get the angle on them from here. Fucking finally all of them.
Think we got him, Commander.
I think so too. There's a crate. Nice. Oh shit. Anything else in here except for the disable?
Are you there? You've got to
I
hurry.
do be here.
Really piss them off. Their leader's setting charges everywhere. I think he's going to blow this whole facility.
Get away from there!
Don't shoot, please! No!
Who's shutting down the torches? I won't ask you again. Find this problem and deal with it. Get her out of here!
Squad. Let's see. What do we want to level up on me? Okay. Actually, we want to unlock our sniper rifle. Caden. Ashley. And I'm going to say fitness, because she's our tank. Where did I park Mako? Right ahead. So there's a main facility. Maybe we should just go straight for the main facility? Save them before any more die? Actually, it doesn't look like they want us to because of the mountain. I go my own way. Knock knock. Uh-oh. Oh, this is shit. Got him.
I'm on my way.
So that's the enter building. Are there any crates outside? Any outside crates for Papa Ryan? Nope. Fuck! So we do have to go to the other ones. Shit. Let's go to Survey Station 2 first. Looks like he died from a single shot through his helmet, likely from a sniper. Whoever killed him didn't even bother to search his body. They're still coming in a service pack. His whole team was killed. Footprints. To the east. Get off that way. Shit. Alright, Chief Montoya, communications are down and there are non-corporate dropships landing near the main facility. There were flashes of light over the horizon. I can't be certain, but I guess it's heavy arms. Sorry. As per emergency protocol, I'm arming the defense drones. Wait for my help. Going to investigate. Ah! Fuck! Spooked me! Shield boost. That. Boom. Where's this last one? Where are you, fucker? I'm gonna get you. Can't aim. So these are footprints.
Perimeter secured.
Leaning off east. That would be that way. Maybe this? No, that's the red border. Maybe he shot him from up the hill here. Huh. Okay. Open sesame! Open sesame! Ah! Boom, boom, boom. You're dead, meat. Got him.
Area secured.
Boom. Okay, what now? Because I still don't have an ID or anything.
Hold it right there. This doesn't have to end in bloodshed. Don't come any closer. We can do this the hard way, or we can end this peacefully.
I didn't think you Batarians knew the meaning of the word.
Look, I'm just doing my job here. Hijacking this rock wasn't my idea. I signed on to make a little profit. A quick slave grab, nothing more.
This isn't just a slave grab anymore. Millions of people are gonna die.
Don't you think I know that? I'm just following orders here. If it were up to me, we'd have already left.
Well, it's not too late. You can still leave.
I don't think so. Balak would skin me alive and sell my hide out of spite. Crazy bastard. This whole mission's gone to hell and I'm gonna pay for it.
So why do you listen to him?
Good question. I had a bad feeling about this from the moment we landed. Now Balak wants you dead. And what Balak wants, Balak gets. I can't change that.
Do you always want to be second in command? Get me out of here and I'll take care of Balak. Then you can start giving the orders.
Huh. An interesting proposal. It certainly has benefits over the current situation. Shut it down. This is Balak's problem now. I hope you're as quick with a gun as you are with your promises. For both our sakes.
Balak will get what's coming to him. And so will you if I ever catch you in human territory again. Are we clear?
Perfectly. Balak's holed up in the main facility. You'll need this to get in.
Okay.
Don't underestimate him. He's a mean bastard. Let's go. We're getting off this rock.
Nice. Alright, squad. We got another level up. Let's see. Oh. Keep leveling up our charm. Unlock our sniper. Boom, boom. And just deal a shit ton of damage with our sniper rifle. Caden. Get your throw up. Ashley. Fitness. Fucking love Mako. Oh, this is so much fun. And drift. Kinda. Park it. Nice and orderly. Go. Really, what's wrong with it? I love driving it, it's fun. Ah! Oh, you mother jackass! Oh, are you a bad guy? You're a bad guy. I'm confused. They're everywhere. Kind of shields throw. Oh, it's a glitched out droid. They made it a bit better in this version. The original drove like paper in the. Oh no, that's stinky. Ow. Overload, boom.
Charging up.
Oh my god, they're fucking everywhere, dude. Ah! Ah!
Village on deploy.
Jesus. Dude, the fuck. They fly now? Oh my god, there's fucking. Now, where are you, bitch that's hiding? Okay.
Die, you.
No, you.
You humans.
Forward booster and oh, dang, that's awful.
You're almost more trouble than you're worth.
Let the hostages go, and maybe you'll live long enough to explain yourself to the council.
I don't answer to the council. Or to you. I'm leaving this asteroid. If you try to stop me, I'll detonate these charges, and your helper and her friends are all going to die.
I can't just let you go, Balak. Not after what happened here.
This is nothing. You humans have done far worse to the Batarians. We've been forced into exile, forced to survive on what we can scrounge up. It's been like that for decades.
Why take it out on these people? They didn't do anything to you or the Batarians.
Didn't do anything. Aside from colonizing a world that could have been ours. Aside from using resources that should have been ours. We were left to defend ourselves. But the humans were stronger than us. We knew that. The Council knew that. But it didn't matter. It was you. You and your kind are the only reason we're in this position.
How does killing innocent people make up for that?
We had no other options. Sometimes you need to get someone's attention before they'll listen. That's why we attacked you at Elysium. That's why I'm doing this. You forced our hand.
You attacked us first. When we retaliated, you ran off to the Council hoping for help. When you didn't get it, you hid. You've got no one to blame but yourselves.
Enough! You couldn't possibly understand. Actually, you just don't want to understand, and I'm done wasting my breath. Now, if you want your friends to live, I suggest you step aside.
What do I do? Will they die if I attack him? Someone tell me. Because this is important. It will affect, because I do want to save them. I don't want them to die. I'm Googling it. Attack or let him go. What's up, Manuel? Yeah, I have to save them.
You can go. But this isn't over. I'll find you eventually.
Maybe. But I made sure you won't follow me today. Those charges are still on a timer. Better hurry if you want to save your friends.
Area secured. Finally, some action. This last one. Fuck, don't get stuck. Oh, shit, how do I get in there? Must be up that way. Oh yeah, it's the same camera. I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes it wants to work really smoothly. But right now I also don't have my the lighting that I use for YouTube set up.
go was better than the alternative. I thought you were going to stay someplace safe.
There might have been something I could have done to help. I thought I should be here. I know this asteroid better than anyone. You did it. Another hour and our course would have been irreversible. I ran the numbers, Shepard. X-57 would have struck near the capital city, the most densely populated region.
That looks like a big enough asteroid to wipe out the whole
That's
planet.
not going to happen, thanks to you. Is Katie in here? Is she all right? Is her team?
Balak was holding them hostage. I let him go to save them.
Let a terrorist go or sacrifice innocent lives. I'm glad that's not a choice I had to make. Is that... Will you get in trouble for that? I mean, he could do the same thing somewhere else, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could. Balak seemed like a practical man. Practical but callous. I'm sure if he'd been in my place, Ms. Bowman would be dead now, along with all the terrorists. But I'm not going to sacrifice people who happen to be between me and my target.
So what happens now? Bad guys get away?
For the foreseeable future, it's Mass Effect. Because I typically only stream, can really only get 3 hours in a day. Before this, we were playing Rise, Son of Rome, Skyrim, Minecraft, and Papers, Please. So we play just variety, pretty much. Mainly story, pretty much only story games. I don't know how often I'll like play Minecraft on stream once we finish Mass Effect, but for the foreseeable future, it's going to be Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and then I also do plan on playing Andromeda, even though it's not as good as the original trilogy. I still want to play it and know the story and stuff because I really like the franchise. So far, I'm like obsessed already. I'm addicted.
Balak gets away today, but we'll still be after him tomorrow, and the day after that. Me, my crew, and every other crew in the Alliance. He'll run and he'll hide, but eventually he'll slip up and we'll get him. Bad guys never get away, Simon. Not unless the good guys give up.
Well, I wouldn't want you after me. Shepard, thank you for my grandchildren's lives. I don't think I'll stick around, though. Not with the team gone. Too many ghosts. It's time for me to get back and spend some time with my family. Before I go, I'd like to offer you something. Maybe you'll have more use for it than I will. As lead engineer, I get some quality items. Take your pick. You've earned it.
I used to be streaming from 6 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time until 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. But seeing as how it seems I get a lot higher average viewer numbers streaming in the afternoon here, I think I'm going to switch it to around 1 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time and go until 4 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. For reference, right now it is 2:30 p.m. for me, U.S. Central Standard Time.
I know it's a lot to ask, but that Omni tool of yours? I could really use something like that.
Shepard, I think I mentioned that you saved my kids and grandkids. What's an Omni tool compared to that? Take it, with my blessing. I hope you get good use out of it.
One more thing. You asked me to look into your missing engineers.
Have you found them?
Yes, all of them. Their bodies, anyway.
Oh. I see. Well then, I guess it's better than not knowing.
Take care of yourself.
Hey, thank you, Manuel.
Shepard. We owe you.
I can't believe you let Balak go. To save us. I half expected you to just let us die. Sacrifice the few for the many.
Then I'd be no better than the Batarians. Besides, Balak won't get away with this. I know who he is now. He can't run forever.
You sound like my brother. He was always so stubborn, but always willing to do the right thing, no matter what.
Your brother was the one Balak killed?
Yes. Aaron. He was the one who convinced me to join the team here. Said it would be an adventure.
My heart!
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I should see to Aaron.
I understand. You've been through enough today. I'll get out of your way.
Thank you. Oh, I don't even know your name.
Shepard. Commander Shepard.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. You're not exactly what I expected, but thank you.
What can you tell me about the Batarians?
We told her we're gonna let her go and then keep asking her questions.
I don't even think they knew. When they first arrived, they were talking about getting us back to their ship. Wanted to sell us as slaves. When Balak showed up, everything changed. It was his idea to redirect the asteroid. Said it was the will of the Batarian Rebellion, whatever that is. They followed him quickly enough, but I don't know. I don't think they're all as fanatical as he was.
That was a brave thing you did, Kate. Contacting me on the radio, risking your life.
Stubborn and determined runs in the family. My father was in the Alliance back on Earth. I think he was disappointed none of his kids signed up, but he'd be proud of Aaron. Sorry.
How did the asteroid get all the way over here? Why wasn't someone alerted sooner?
The asteroid was scheduled to arrive in a day or two. Balak just sped it up. This rock is full of valuable minerals, but it was too far from Terra Nova to be profitable, so we attached some fusion rockets to it and drove it back. It was all going smoothly until... We'll get everything back to normal soon enough. Almost everything.
You've been through a lot. I'll get out of your way. So long, Kate.
I appreciate that, Commander. Goodbye.
The heartstrings. They've been tugged. Could talk to her again.
Thank you again, Commander. You've done more than you know.
Thank you so much. I thought we were all dead.
I thought so too. Now I'm gonna loot anything that's fucking left.
Why now? What do the Batarians want?
Is there really anything here up here though? Plasma containment cell. There actually might be something in that building there. Nope, it's completely empty. Okay. Going to assume then that there's actually nothing for me to loot. Well, there's grenades, but I think we're full. Okay, armor. Yeah, no, that's not even close. Okay, Omni tool. Oh, holy shit! It's a massive upgrade. Oh, hell yeah! Hammer 4. This is a Strike Reaper 3. Higher accuracy. This is better than the hammer. Way better. Let's see here. Oh shit, we got new rounds. Cryo rounds. More toxic damage. That, and then... We'll do kinetic stability. Pistol. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? No, it's not that much better. No, we're gonna stick with the Edge 4. Let's see, we're using... Let's do Toxic. You had me at me? Damn. Ooh, that's a lot more damage. We're gonna do Katana 4. And then Raptor 5. Kaden. Duelist 4. Ashley. More damage protection, less shields though. We'll just do Upgrader to Duelist. Yeah, we'll do Gladiator 5. It sounds cooler. And then she's a shotgun. Firestorm 4. Okay, make sure they're using their right weapons. Oh wait a damn moment, there's an upper level? Or is... Oh, this is the upper level. Never mind, yeah, we explored it all. How are you doing, Dot? Oh, Simon is down here. Hi, Simon.
You can't imagine how much you've done for all of us.
Yeah, no, I'm amazing. And that is Asteroid X-57 explored. Let's go down. Gotta give the rest of the crew some gear. So let's see, we already equipped Ashley and Kaden. Alright, Garrus. Alright, we have you on rifle duty. I'm gonna give you the Avenger 4. Phasic rounds, and there we have that, okay. No new armor for you. Polaris 4. Rex, we have you on shotgun. No new armor for you. Tali, we have you on a rifle. And Liara. Alright, and we have you also on sniper duty. Okay. That's all of that. Let's talk to the Alliance Rec Officer and sell
Looking for
their shit.
supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Wait a damn moment.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've
You
got.
bet, Commander.
So. Alright, we have a lot of money. We can compare. No. No. Okay. Let's head back up. Go to our next mission. Maybe we should head... Let's head to the Citadel again. Return. There are a couple missions we should, like, return there.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Oh.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network.
It can affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
A bit bossy with me. I'm a Spectre. I don't gotta listen to you, boy. Should be more polite when speaking to me. Yeah.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Rear Admiral Mikhailovich.
10 hut.
At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. The Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I'd planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Yes, sir.
Nice to see so many humans working for CSEC. So, Williams, you happy you signed on with Commander Shepard?
I'm not sure, Lieutenant. Every time I think I have a handle on things, the Universe Bank's hard to port.
Well, don't let anybody know. A big gun and a confident attitude will get you through a lot in life.
Commander, Khalees had been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What sort of questions?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Saren instigated the attack on our colony at Eden Prime. Once his involvement was proven to the Council, I was assigned to bring him in.
That's surprising, Commander. The official line says Eden Prime was attacked by rogue synthetics. Good luck in your mission. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
I think I handled that pretty well. Is there anything in the requisition office? Anything for me to buy?
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Holy shit. Onyx 6. That would be for Caden. $15, $119. Let's see if there's anyone to talk to in the CSEC quarters over here. Oh. Hello there. Oh, shit. Fuck. CSEC is a woman named Helena Blake. There's no hard evidence against her, but if these reports are correct, she's a powerful criminal on the Citadel. She was last seen in the Emporium on the Presidium. Well, look at that. We're gonna help out. Well, kind of hacking into their shit.
Good to see you, Commander.
Nice to see you too, Chelik. Got anything up here for me? Hello, boys. How you doing? Working hard or hardly working? Haha, I'm funny. Maybe you wouldn't get the joke. It's common on Earth.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
We're a snazzy crew, if I do say so myself.
Hey, Commander Shepard. Good to see you again. Anything you need?
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
I'm always busy. Let's go check out the med clinic. Dr. Chloe.
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh, Commander Shepard, I didn't see you come in.
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you. Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges. They just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
I'll make sure they don't tell anyone.
I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
Oh, I think we already talked to her about this.
I chose to keep the medical tradition alive.
Let me take a look at what you have.
Of course.
Holy shit. 399,000? God damn, that looks nice. Okay. Alright, I have to pee, so I will be right back, guys. Whoosh. Oh, that felt good. Oh, and now my camera decides to work how it normally does. Alright, so that means we gotta cover up like that. Go, I'm still super white though. Okay. Gotta check something real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. God damn, I'm pale. Just want to make sure everything's working good. Yeah, okay. Alright. Maybe, is there any new things happening up in the flux, huh?
Still can't believe that could happen out in the open like that.
Oh, we can dance? Oh yeah, move it, Shepard. Hell yeah. We go.
Commander, thanks again for all your help. Hey there, welcome to Flux.
Alright, no one to talk to here in Flux. Love spam calls. They're my favorite thing ever. Open sesame.
This isn't a proof of purchase.
It's a bank statement.
Welcome back, Earth Clan. Will you be needing supplies for your return to the colonies?
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
Okay, medium armor. Compare. Okay. No, it's not as good in shields. How's this Omni tool? Oh, it's awful compared to the Savant. Yeah, let's buy our Omni Gel upgrade. Oh, Conrad's back.
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And they also say that you don't take crap from anybody. You're showing them what humans can do. Hey, can I get your picture?
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
You're a hero, Shepard. Decades from now, humanity's going to remember you, and I'll have your picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect.
The way he talks is so creepy.
Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
Little creeped out, but okay.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Alright, ooh, shit. Hammer 5. Give the striker 4. No.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies?
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Change of plans.
A change, but the doctor... I don't... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Moreland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Leave the doctor alone, or you'll have to deal with me.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
You're shutting down a medical clinic. What if someone needs treatment? What if you need treatment?
Hey, hold on. I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
Goodbye.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
Okay, doctor, talk to the doctor again. Let's go to Cora's den, see if there's anyone to talk to in there. There's been a change at all. Patron. Arkin's here.
Go away. Let me drink.
Fuck you, Harkin. Sup, keeper dude? Let's go to the medical clinic.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
I wonder if the captain knows him.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Well, nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you too.
How you holding up, Lieutenant?
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. Maybe I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you've just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the geth on their synthetic asses gets rid of my headaches.
Hey, you're the Shepherd kid.
Kid?
Hey, been a long time, huh?
I'm sorry. Do we know each other?
I guess you don't remember me. Lieutenant Zabaleta? I worked with your mother. We served on the carrier Einstein. Well, that was 12, 13 years back, though. You were just a kid then.
I guess you're not in the service anymore, huh?
You're retired, yeah. You know how it is. Times are tough for vets. They always are.
I didn't see her much that tour. The ship was on patrol most of the time.
Hey, call your mom up and ask. She'd remember old Zabaleta. She'd vouch for me. Look, I need a favor. I'm kind of short on money these days. I hate hitting you up for money, but a man's gotta eat, right? So, could you spare something? Maybe 20 credits.
20 isn't enough to get you back on your feet, is it?
No. I'll just get a meal. You know.
Yeah. It's not a problem.
You're a good kid, you know that? Thanks. You ever want to come by and talk, I'll be here. Huh? Can't afford a ticket home, right? You ever just sit and watch?
What do you say we head down to Cora's Den after shift?
Sounds good. Some of the others are going for Novio's farewell thing.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another Profile in Courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more Profiles in Courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
Keyword courage, everybody. Let's go to the bank and Emporium. And then check in on the consort. Maybe she has something else for us to do.
I'm telling you, this is not what Jake would want.
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Can I help you with anything?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
It's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about. Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
Let her choose,
it's
man.
Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
I know you want the best for your brother's child, but this isn't your decision.
Of course it is! I'm the closest thing to a father this baby is going to have.
Then support the baby's mother. Stand with her when she makes tough decisions.
This baby is the only thing
Served.
my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
We will.
I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
That was enough to level me up? Poggers. Let's see. Alright, so we're just gonna keep putting our points into sniper. Yeah. So now we have assassination. Okay, Caden. Master throw. And then lift. And then Ashley, let's see, fitness is what we're doing to you. Okay. What's up, Barlavon?
Greetings, Earth Clan. I believe congratulations are in order, Commander Shepard. You are the first human to join the Spectres, yes?
It's a great honor.
One you are no doubt ready for. A word of warning, though. There are many eyes watching you now, Commander. Some of them want to see you fail. I, however, wish you only success. Perform well and you bring the Earth Clan one step closer to joining the Council. And if they let your people in, maybe there is hope for my own species one day, yes?
I should go.
Love you, Barlavon. You're a real homie. You've helped me out.
Got a moment? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
I eliminate them, and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
While I appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you. You are the first human Spectre, and you are doing important work for humanity. I have no interest in red sand or slavery. Anyone who does deserves to die. Our needs are aligned.
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures, but their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you at the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Mm-hmm. That made me a partial renegade? Wanting to deal with crime lords? What's wrong with that?
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not.
Okay. Your medium armor. Nope.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do. Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do.
So I can get armor for the Turian. It's pretty expensive. That'll wipe us out of money.
Hello again, Commander.
I have a feeling she don't want to talk to me. She too busy? Yeah, she too busy. All right, let's go to the bar. The Embassy Lounge.
Is there something else I can help you with, Commander?
Nope.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
You too. I don't think there's someone that talks in there. So, Palin, what's up, bro?
Shepard, what can I do for you now?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye.
Never mind.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
You're Nassana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. It didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nassana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits. But I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list.
Yes!
I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, ma'am. Hell yeah. All right. Cool. So our requisitions officer has more shit to sell me. Let's see if the captain is in these offices at all.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
Yes, Commander?
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seem to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
Any idea how to find him?
Last I heard, he was up in the tower trying to get the Council to investigate Baines' death. Is there anything else, Commander?
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Where'd the ambassador go? Oh, he just poofed. Okay. Hey, Din, what's up, my dude?
The EarthClan Spectre has returned to speak with me.
Okay, fuck you,
Goodbye,
dickhead.
Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, EarthClan.
He's gonna like me. Eventually. I wanna be his friend. I will be his friend. Damn it. I wish we could run a little longer. Let's head up to the Citadel to talk to some people then.
Those Asari commandos are impressive. Lightly armored, but their speed more than makes up for it.
Unless that speed lets them outrun bullets, I'm more inclined to stick with nice, solid armor. And a big gun.
Point taken.
Ooh, the hand on the hip, Ashley. Woo!
I really appreciate what you're doing for me. Please let me know as soon as you find any information on my brother.
Oh, Emily Wong.
Hello again, Commander. I've got
Hello.
a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
That seems like a step down from wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
If you crack this story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The Council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried about. I just need to hear and see them in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
This bug you want me to plant, could it interfere with traffic signals?
Absolutely not. I made certain that the frequencies it uses won't interfere with anything.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
Okay. I trust you, Emily Wong. Go to Citadel Security and plan among the Citadel near the back of CSEC. God damn it, I have to go to CSEC now? Okay.
No, I'm Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel. The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Okay. One up here. Alright, let's go to CSEC then. Plant the bug. Okay, now to head back to Emily Wong. Citadel Tower.
I'm already getting readings. This is gonna make a great story. Thank you so much for your help. Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher's budget.
It was no problem. Good luck with your story. It deserves to be heard.
I appreciate your support. I hope this will save some lives in the long run. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna show this to my publisher.
Alright, let's then, I guess, head back to the Normandy. Nothing else for us here.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kit.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Oh, that's a nice detail about Presley being relieved. I like that. That's neat. Just talk to my mama.
Computer, give me a real-time connection to the Dreadnought Kilimanjaro. I want to speak to my mother, XO Shepard.
Shepard speak? Oh, hi. I don't have time for a personal call right now. I'm on duty.
I know what that's like. Do you remember a Lieutenant Zabaleta from the Einstein?
Ernesto? Have you heard from him? He was one of the Marines who guarded the CIC. We shared a watch. I lost track of him after there was an incident.
I've seen him here on the Citadel. Looks like he's had some hard times.
I don't doubt it. You remember the Batarian raid on Mindwar in 2170? You were in high school. The Einstein's task group responded to the Mayday. The Batarians were still pulling out when the Marines hit groundside. Zabaleta was one of the first down. He was never quite the same after.
I don't understand. What happened down there?
About every abomination that a sentient being can do to another. To a slaver, a person is just another animal. And humans aren't always liked out here. We heard about corralling, culling. They'd shoot those they couldn't use, implant control devices in the skulls of those they could, without anesthetic.
He has post-traumatic stress because of what he saw?
He tried to keep working, but it rode him. He showed up drunk on duty more and more. We couldn't always cover for him. The Alliance discharged him. Everyone knew he drank because of what he'd seen down there, even if he never talked about it. Especially because he never talked about it.
That explains everything. Thanks.
If you see him, tell him we still worry about him. Tell him to go to the Veterans Affairs office. I have to go. But take care of yourself. You're making us proud. Kilimanjaro out.
Guess we go to Zabaleta now.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. XO Presley has the deck.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
Nope, no wait, what? Wards and Presidium Corridor? No. Right there.
LT, or are your abilities getting stronger?
I've always held back a little when I use my powers on living targets. Fear of hurting someone, I guess. But after what I saw on Eden Prime, I'm not holding back anymore. Not against a Geth, not against anyone.
Hey, back again, huh? I don't suppose you got any credits to spare.
I spoke to my mother. She told me about what happened on Mindoir.
Did she? I wonder. People tied like prize hogs, locked in cages, clawing and screaming as they're loaded into cargo pods. And we couldn't reach them. The Batarian defenses had us pinned. Dozens died trying to advance. All we could do was watch as they hauled people away. I've been looking for 13 years for something to make that sight go away. What have you got, huh?
I'm not going to give you money to drink yourself to death. You need to stop this.
If you don't have a better option, just give me 20 credits. A good bottle of whiskey. Enough to stop the dreams.
My mother said to go to the Veterans Affairs office. You're not the only one who's seen that brand of hell. They can help.
The VAO? God. All right. If she wants me to go talk to someone, fine, I'll do it. For her. She always stuck up for me. She always was naive. All the VAO does is pump you full of chemicals. If she wants to talk, tell her she can reach me through the Citadel VAO.
Okay. Alright, let's head back to the Normandy, because now we're done here on the Citadel for now.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman...
Right. We'll get into Normandy and check up all the codexes we have built up this time. Wards and CSEC. Whoop, shit. Hit my phone. Alright. Up to the Normandy we go.
Hearing about the Protheans makes me wonder if some distant civilization is gonna find our artifacts someday and study us.
No, sir. When some distant civilization finds our artifacts, we'll be right there to explain what they are.
I hope so, Williams. But I'll bet the Protheans thought the same thing.
The eventual death of humanity. Yep. But what a pleasant thought. Ugh.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Okay, Codex.
Combat Heart. A mass accelerator propels a solid metal slug using precisely controlled electromagnetic attraction and repulsion. The slug is designed to squash or shatter on impact, increasing the energy it transfers to the target. If this were not the case, it would simply punch a hole right through, doing minimal damage. Accelerator design was revolutionized by Element Zero. A slug like
Just Mindfulness Wolf, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome.
Permitting projectile velocities that were previously unattainable. If accelerated to a high enough velocity, a simple paint chip can impact with the same destructive force as a nuclear weapon. However, mass accelerators produce recoil equal to their impact energy. This is mitigated somewhat by the mass effect fields that rounds are suspended within. But weapon recoil is still the prime limiting factor on slug velocity.
Okay. Oh boy. Human cultures remain linguistically divided. Some converse in Spanish, others in Mandarin, Arabic, Swahili, etc. Every alien race has their own equally broad panoply of languages and dialects. Most individuals know only their mother tongue and rely on machine translation. Modern portable computers allow anyone with a few hundred credits of equipment to enjoy seamless real-time translation of alien languages, courtesy of handheld PDAs, computers in clothing or jewelry, or subdermal implants. Without fast and accurate translation, galactic trade and culture could not exist. I love that this is always a consistency in, like, pretty much every fucking sci-fi universe. It's there in Star Trek, I think. I don't think it's actually in Star Wars. It might be, but I don't think it's widely used. But yeah. Governments provide subsidized software updated through the public extranet on the fly, often as users approach spaceport customs facilities. Even the Batarians, who isolated themselves from galactic society nearly 2 decades ago, take pains to provide up-to-date glossaries and linguistic rules, though most suspect this is only so they can continue exporting propaganda. It is still considered broad-minded and practical to be able to speak without machine aid. Children often take courses in alien language, and most races can speak the simplified artificial trade tongue with little difficulty. I'm doing good. How are you? Some species must rely on machine translation to interact with the rest of the galaxy. Hanar, for example, cannot reproduce the spoken language of any humanoid species, and other races cannot reproduce Hanar bioluminescence without mechanical aid. Newly discovered or obscure races do not have machine translation available until the linguists have had time to study them. Glad to hear it. Humanity and the Systems Alliance. Okay. Oh, this is a long one. In the 22nd century, manipulation of the human genome became commonplace. Techniques of genetic engineering advanced to the point where the rich could custom build fetuses that grew into stronger, smarter, and more attractive adults. In more permissive regions, custom-designed life forms and uplifted animals occupied an ill-defined niche between property and sapient being. Travel to planets with unique forms of life brought in awareness that Earth's unique biodiversity could be lost if spliced and hybridized to gain useful alien qualities. The Sudom-Wolcott Genetic Heritage Act was passed by the Systems Alliance Parliament in 2161. It imposed sharp restrictions on controversial uses of genetic engineering, but provided government subsidies for beneficial applications. Screening and therapy. Most governments provide free assessments and corrective therapy for genetic diseases and prospective parents. This has nearly eliminated everything from cystic fibrosis to nearsightedness. Oh my god, that'd be fantastic if I didn't have to wear contacts. The earlier screening and therapy is performed, the more comprehensive the results. Though ideally performed on artificially fertilized zygotes in a lab, procedures are available for embryos in the womb and newborns out of respect for personal beliefs. Enhancement. Improvement of natural human abilities is legal, but adding new abilities is not. Treatments to improve strength, reflexes, mental acuity, or appearance are permitted. Adding a tail or the ability to digest cellulose is not. Some genetic enhancements is provided for free to Alliance military recruits, but the average citizen must pay for the privilege. The process can take years to reach fruition in an adult. Engineering. Artificial hybridization of genes from compatible non-human species with human genetic code is illegal. Creation of designed life is broadly legal and mainly used for terraforming and medical applications, but sentient creatures are heavily regulated, and creation of sapient life is outlawed by both the Systems Alliance and the Citadel Council. Okay, looks like it's just general tactics. Shells lofted by surface navies crash back to Earth when their acceleration is overwhelmed by gravity and air resistance. In space, a projectile has unlimited range. It will keep moving until it hits something. Practical gunnery range is determined by the velocity of the attacker's ordnance and the maneuverability of the target. Beyond a certain range, a small ship's ability to dodge trumps a larger attacker's projectile speed. The longest ranged combat occurs between dreadnoughts, whose projectiles have the highest velocity but are the least maneuverable. The shortest range combat is between frigates, which have the slowest projectile velocities and highest maneuverability. Opposing dreadnoughts open with a main gun artillery duel at extreme ranges of tens of thousands of kilometers. The fleets close, maintaining evasive lateral motion while keeping their bow guns facing the enemy. Fighters are launched and attempt to close to disrupt a torpedo range. Cautious admirals weaken the enemy with ranged fire and fighter strikes before committing to close action. Aggressive commanders advance so cruisers and frigates can engage. At long range, the main guns of cruisers become useful. Friendly interceptors engage enemy fighters until the attackers enter the range of ship-based Guardian fire. Dreadnoughts fire from the rear, screened by smaller ships. Commanders must decide whether to commit to a general melee or retreat into FTL. At medium range, ships can use broadside guns, fleets intermingle, and it becomes difficult to retreat in order. Ships with damaged kinetic barriers are vulnerable to Wolfpack frigate flotillas that speed through battle space. Only fighters and frigates enter close knife fight ranges of 10 or fewer kilometers. Fighters loose their disruptor torpedoes, bringing down a ship's kinetic barriers and allowing it to be swarmed by frigates. Guardian lasers become viable weapons, swatting down fighters and boiling away warship armor. Neither dreadnoughts nor cruisers can use their main guns at close range. Laying the bow on a moving target becomes impossible. Superheated thruster exhaust becomes a hazard. Whew. And that's all the codex. Alright. And that's going to do it for today's stream. A good 3 hours, 15 minutes. So that's really all I can do. Who's hosting me? Let me exit the game.